Welcome everyone, this is Robert from TN Tech. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing for the new Nintendo Switch. And without further ado, let's get started. So right off the bat I can tell that it looks like better quality than the gray ones. We did look at some reviews online prior to getting this. People were saying that the gray paint on the Joy-Cons, it was very bland and that it just in general looked lower quality. I don't know if this is true, however it does look pretty good here. Let's see. There goes our Joy-Con. One thing at a time. Alright, so this screen here is a 6.2-inch screen. It's actually a lot heavier than I expected for the size. But in comparison to the iPhone 7 Plus, which has a 4.7-inch screen, you can kind of see here a comparison between the two. It's a little bit larger, so if you're used to playing on the new iPhone, be a comparable experience there. So let's check out these Joy-Con. These actually have a really good feel to them. They actually don't really have any slip to them at all. Looks like the joysticks themselves feel okay. I could see people wanting to buy some grip accessories for those, kind of like they do with the PlayStation. Those do seem like they can get a little worn. Let's see if we can figure out how to click this on here. Let's see if we can see where to slide these in. We may be upside down. So it looks like it clicks when it locks into place there. So that's what it looks like when it's all together. Alright. And then to get those off, there is little buttons on the back here. And basically you just click those and it slides right out. We'll set this aside for a moment. And it comes with all the other essentials. You got your HDMI cable, your dock charger for when it's docked into the television. Got your pamphlets. This here is the Joy-Con grip. Similar to, I guess, PlayStation and Xbox controllers. Let us deattach these real quick and I'll show kind of how that works. Alright, so with this, the way it's supposed to work is just like with the console itself. You lock them into place. And that way you can play it just like a console, like the typical PlayStation 4, etc. Now it is a little bit small if you have large hands like I do, but surprisingly, in comparison to other people's reviews that said that how uncomfortable this was, that you're going to need a new Pro controller which retails at $79, this actually is a lot more comfortable than they made it out to be. Surprisingly so, actually. That's probably the preferred way I'll be playing. Just a close-up for anyone that wants to see that. And the buttons as well are very responsive. They have a good click to them. I know that's one thing that I always worry about when I get new tech. If I get something and I click and it makes no noise, the first thing I wonder is when is it going to fall off and how good of a quality is it. Let's just see what's over here. This looks like the dock itself. So that's what that looks like. And so the way this works is that you plug the Nintendo Switch into here. Let's slide this back for a moment so we can do that. The Nintendo Switch itself, when you're playing in tablet mode, let's actually just connect that so I can demonstrate this better for you. So when you're playing like this, and you get home, and you want to switch back to your TV, or if you have to go somewhere and you want to take this with you, vice versa, initially it plugs in to this dock, just like that, and the moment you click it in there, this screen will go black, and your TV will light up, and then it'll, within a couple seconds, usually it'll pause. They say it's instantaneous, but based on what I've seen, it takes between 3 to 5 seconds, and then it picks up right where you left off on your TV. And then you can take your controllers out, use them freely or in the Joy-Con grip, and then pick up right where you left off playing on your TV that way. And likewise, if you click these in to the console itself and then unhook it just like that, then you can bring your console with you, continue playing Skyrim, Legend of Zelda, whatever it is you're on, just on the go. A couple other things I'd like to cover as well is the screen is actually made out of a very high quality plastic, but with it being plastic, there has been a lot of people reporting that this can scratch easily. So there is a little bit of discussion whether or not people should go for screen protectors or a dock cover, or both. You just want to make sure that if you do get a screen protector that it's compatible with the dock and it's not too thick, or else it can actually damage one or both of these components. However, we did buy a dock cover, so we will be doing another video on accessories, which brings me to my next point, that back here we do have a stand right here, if we can get it open. We have a stand there. It is very flimsy. I can easily see this breaking off. So that's one thing that I would buy a third-party stand. I know Amazon has an Amazon Basic stand for about $10, and it actually is made out of metal and folds. So I think that would be much better. But as you can see, there's also a micro SD slot to store more games. And that as well supports up to 2 terabyte micro SD, for what I've been told. Now this stand as well, on hard surfaces, works relatively well. You can play split screen, you can take the controllers off, and you can play games like Splatoon, etc. online just as if you were at home. The only thing is that with as flimsy as it is, and it even has some wiggle when I try to lean it, this just does not stand up very well on surfaces such as couches, etc. So I would definitely purchase either a stand, or if you plan on holding it, or if it being in the dock most of the time, I wouldn't worry about it. But definitely seems to be the cheapest component there. There is dual speakers back here as well, relatively large. We have not started this up yet, but I will do another video as well with a full-on review on how it performs, do some footage on some games, do some reviews for those. But as far as the first impressions goes, Very responsive buttons. Everything seems to work fine. It definitely looks beautiful. The only thing I've noticed so far, there's already smudges, as you can see there. There's already smudges on the screen from the fingerprints. They did say that the new coatings that they have on them is fingerprint resistant, but I actually just moments ago washed my hands and I'm already seeing oil fingerprints there. So just something to keep an eye on. You might get a glass screen protector as well that is anti-fingerprint. Let's see, we do have some more things here. Looks like the last things in our box. And this, if anyone has ever used the Nintendo Wii, you're familiar with the wrist straps, or the TV screen savers, as they're known to be. With these, you can just connect these to the Joy-Cons exactly as if you are connecting it to the console itself. And basically, you will just slide them in to there. Actually, that may be the wrong side. Let's see. The biggest thing that you want to be careful of here, the reason that I'm being so careful to make sure I go into the right side, and it's being hesitant on both. People have said that these, if you get them on incorrectly and you put them on backwards, that it's almost physically impossible to take them off with the way that these grooves have been designed. So you definitely want to be very careful when you put these on, so that way you don't scratch the paint off, or that it doesn't get permanently stuck in a way that you can't, physically use these buttons anymore here. So personally, I'm not going to use these. Perhaps with the kids, figure out how to get it set up properly like that without locking it incorrectly. But definitely, it's nice to have. But you can see there that it also has its own individual locks as well. So not only does it click into this, you can also lock it as well to make sure. But overall, I'm actually thoroughly impressed with how it feels. If anyone has ever had a Kindle Fire, one of the new ones, the screen is a little bit smaller than that, but it feels like it weighs probably about twice as much. So it's pretty hefty. It weighs significantly more than my Nintendo DS, if any of you have one of those. It feels pretty durable though. It physically does not feel like it would slip out of my hand. Probably the most durable material that I've seen on a tablet. But definitely I will be doing some more videos on this, do some gameplay on the TV, and come back at you guys with another video to see how it performs at 1080p, if we get any FPS drops, how the content is laid out, etc. It does need to be charged, and then it'll be ready to go for our next video. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll have that next video out for you guys soon. And definitely thanks for watching, and leave a like and stay tuned for the next episode.